Hello, and welcome to a much less adventurous Beardy Adventure episode. Yeah. No whales. We're back.
I always got my pyjamas on in your videos.
Yeah, but more often than not, I have my pyjamas. I have some loungewear on.
Today's video calls for comfiness.
Yes. So, for any of you who joined in Cozy Reading Night last night, I hope you all had fun.
I had fun.
I had fun. Read lots of my book.
You did read lots of your book.
A lot for me.
Your curly hair.
I know, it does get very curly after I wash it. And so I thought what better time would be to do our second BookTime episode. So it's just a case of us telling you what we're reading and then what we're going to read. Just to have a little wind down after Wales.
We're both quite tired,
and then,
aren't we?
Yeah, because I've got a very busy week at work this week. And then at the weekend, we've got Simon of Savage Reads coming down with Chris. And we're going to be vlogging that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why this video is going to be a little bit, because we're going to have a busy weekend. So next week is going to be a vlog, so that'll be good fun.
I'm excited about it.
Of all the adventures that we're going to get up to, we're going to take them to Whitstable, aren't we?
Yeah.
And where else are we going to take them to?
Tom's.
Oh, and then here's Minnie.
Minnie's having a haircut this week.
Minnie's having a haircut. You'll probably see some pictures on Instagram at some point. But yeah, but as you can see, she's very fluffy and she needs it done. She's all knotted under here.
Naughty girl.
And it's I don't think it's painful for her, but it's probably not very comfortable, so we need to get it done. We actually got it done earlier this time last year, so she'll benefit for it for longer, won't you?
Yeah.
Because we have to take her to the vets because she has to be put on anaesthetic because she gets a little bit violent, don't you?
Gets a little bit angry, don't you?
You get a little bit angry when people try to cut you. Not cut you, as in, but cut your fur. So, I digress. So, actually, you could go first. You could go with what you're reading.
I'm reading 2 books at the moment, both of which I started on Cozy Reading Night last night, both of which I'm very, very, very much enjoying. I'm reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This is a book... Minnie, who's been... Oh, she's gone. This is a book, it's a really fast read. It's a book about a chap called Jacob whose grandfather always told him incredible stories when he was younger and used to show him very bizarre photos that would relate to his childhood in some way. So some of them are really mad and some of them are a bit creepy. Photo. There's other even creepier ones in here. And sadly, Jacob's grandfather dies, and Jacob decides he wants to find out about these stories that his grandfather was telling him and about this school he used to go to when he was a refugee. So he travels to Wales, where we just got back from, and that's where I am at the moment. I'm really loving it. So as I said, there's these odd photos sort of dotted throughout, which makes it a really, really fast read. The story behind this is that Ransom Riggs actually found these photos when he was at a garage sale and has written the story just based on these photos.
Oh, so they're actually like real photos?
It's a fictional book and he doesn't know the history of the photos, but he's written this book and put these photos in, so it's cool. Really clever. It's been made into a film. I really want to watch the film. We'll have to see if it's on Netflix or something. I think it's quite a recent one, but really, really loving it. Very much enjoying that. And then... also reading The Birds, Daphne by Daphne du Maurier. This is a short story collection. The first one I read yesterday on Cozy Reading Night was the title story, The Birds, and I honestly think it's the best short story I've ever read in my life ever. It was so gripping, so much got across in like 40 pages. I was absolutely gagging for more at the end. So terrifying, but so much like... they still had time, even in 40 pages, she still had time to sort of like build a routine in there because the birds attack. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the story, but it's about birds attacking humans. And they decide that it's the guy who it's following, Nat, he works out that it's happening when the tide is changing. So he's trying to like... every time the tide changes, he's trying to like batten down the hatches and protect his house and things like that, and his wife and kids. I mean, he's going to pull the radio off. No, she's not. And I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to watch the film. Simon says we should watch it this weekend.
Yeah, we should do because we watched Rebecca, didn't we? So that makes sense. I think
It's
amazing.
amazing.
I've got it in
you have got it
in my cupboard.
So those are the two that I'm reading at the moment, both of which really, really enjoying. I wanted to go have an early night tonight and read some of these.
Tick, tick.
David's making me watch the last episode of Line of Duty before we go to bed.
We're very late to it, so... but hey, that might be brought up in another video.
Hey, it might.
So let's not talk about it too much,
Let's not.
Right, so the book I'm reading at the minute... So... my reading goal is 10 books of the year. I'm doing really well at the minute, but I've...
How many have you read so far?
So this is my 5th book.
That's amazing. That's very much on schedule.
But I mean, but this has taken me a long while, and it's not because because I've loved this book, but I think it's just because of Wales and so it's just been a bit of a busy time.
You didn't do much reading on holiday.
Didn't do much reading on. I thought I was going to, but it was always a kind because I actually slept a lot more than I thought on holiday. Like I'm normally up really early, but I was pretty lazy, wasn't I?
Not lazy, but you were.
Because normally on a Wales holiday, I'm normally up at like 7 o'clock, and then I'd have a little read in the morning before everybody gets up. But here I was up at like 9 o'clock, and then so it'd be a case of get up, have breakfast, and then we'd go out and do something, wouldn't we?
We would.
So I had a little bit of a read, but nowhere near as much as I was hoping. But so what I'm currently reading at the minute is called The Elephant Whisperer by Lawrence Anthony. And this is about Lawrence Anthony and his life in South Africa. So, he owns a game reserve in South Africa, miles, like hundreds and hundreds of acres. And he lives there with his wife, Francois in French?
Francois.
Francois?
Show me.
I don't know, probably it's somewhere on there. I'm going to say it's Francois.
Oh, I love that you were calling her Francois.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not.
That's so
I don't
cute.
know much French. I only know bonjour and jambon.
Jambon.
And supermarché. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Francois.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So he lives out there with his wife and Frank. I've already forgotten how to properly.
Francois. If it is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it is definitely Francois. Sorry, guys.
No, it is.
Francois. Not Francois. So he and his wife live in South Africa on a big game reserve, and he spends his life just looking after it. And then he gets a phone call saying that there's a naughty group of elephants who are about to be pretty much killed.
Oh.
Yeah, because
it was light-hearted.
Oh no, it's alright. It's basically because they're unruly and they broke out into a village and caused lots of damage. So this guy unwittingly does, because he just says he can't have them. He can't be the one to have them killed. So he takes them, and then the first day that they get there, because he has to set up all these electric fences, but the elephants know about it and they just run through it, and then they cause havoc in their village. They're about to get shot, and then he gets one more chance, and then all of a sudden he has like a bit of almost like a miracle, where the lead elephant Nana charges at him. And he kind of like just says stop, I'm here to help you, and then she stops, and then over the coming months they've kind of built a connection, and now they're happy, and now he actually takes them out. So where I'm up to in the book, they're actually now taking guests to see these elephants, and then they've had all sorts of troubles with rhinos and yes you can, yeah, and poachers as well. They've had to deal with their poachers, and his right hand man David, i.e. me, but not me.
Baby Zula.
I know, yes, you've got Zulu and Nana, and you've got Mumbai as well. Got some lovely names. And, so Dave's his right-hand man, and then they find out that there's some poachers in the group. It's such a lovely story.
Are you really enjoying
it? I would probably say 5 of the most funnest stars. Yeah, this is my kind of book. About an animal story.
You love non-fiction about animals,
Non-fiction about animals, and this is right up my alley. This is absolutely brilliant.
As good as the Penguin Lessons?
I'd probably say it's better than the Penguin Lessons.
Oh wow!
And that really, and the fact that
it was someone.
Yeah, I know. I really apologise. I can't remember. I will look back, and then I will thank you for whoever recommended it to me.
Because you're loving it.
Because it's brilliant, and it is spot on of what I wanted to read.
You've got about 150 pages.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
When do you think you'll have it done by?
I really want to have it done by middle of May, if not beforehand. But I just need another good couple of sessions.
Monday. We haven't got anything planned.
Maybe we should have a good little session. Yeah, I think you're right there. But yes,
very nice.
This is fantastic. And if you're interested in any kind of animals, animal stories, that's non-fiction, you will love it. It's
You've got
just
quite
really
a lot
good.
lined up, haven't you?
Yeah, I have got lots of animals. I'm really excited. And it's just beautifully written as well. Like, you read a paragraph and you thought it was lovely, didn't you? Yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
And it just,
I want to find that.
And I've never been to South Africa, but it gives you such a lovely picture of South Africa, and I've really built up a nice little picture in my head of what the game reserve is like.
Oh, that's lovely. Mm. Oh, good for you.
That's good. Yes,
here
that's
we go.
what I've read.
This is the line I really liked. Late winter, with its mantle of copper, chocolate and straw, had cloaked the land. The bush had shed its dense summer foliage, and game viewing had soared magnificently for the increasing numbers of guests who were discovering Thula Thula.
I like Thula Thula.
I like mantle of copper, chocolate and straw, and it had cloaked the land. That's beautifully done.
Yeah, so there we go.
Good.
Fantastic
Oh,
so
look at
far.
our little princess cat.
So I shall jump into what I'm going to read next afterwards, which is, I think we've probably spoken about this
We've
before.
spoken about this a lot, yeah.
Yeah, is The Impossible Fortress by Jason Rekulak. So I will just read you the blurb, because I always kind of forget. Oh, look at these!
Did you not know?
No!
You got stickers and postcards.
Oh, stickers and postcards. Oh, I like them stickers. I might put them on your Mac.
Please don't.
Right, so, apologies for anybody who've heard this blurb before, but you'll probably be happy to hear it again, because it does sound awesome. So, it's 1987. Ronald Reagan is in the White House. Prince of Madonna... Reagan, sorry. Frank boys. It's 1987. Ronald Reagan is in the White House. Prince and Madonna are on the radio, but most importantly, Wheel of Fortune hostess Vanna White is on the cover of Playboy. Billy Marvin and his friends, Alf and Clark, have to get a hold of a copy. The trouble is, no shopkeeper in America is going to sell something so scandalous to three 14-year-old gaming nerds. The only thing for it is a full-scale heist. As they set out on their mission to steal the most wanted images in America, they have no idea of the dangers that lies ahead, nor that a 5.25-inch floppy disk will turn up in Billy's locker and change everything. First there were video games, then Playboy, and now, holy crap, Mary Zelinsky.
Holy crap.
Holy crap. I feel like there's a lot of 80s stuff around at the minute.
There is. It's
and
very
I love
popular,
it.
Isn't it?
And I think it's brilliant. Like,
what was that thing? Oh, we watched a trailer for White Gold yesterday.
Yeah.
It's going to be on BBC Two. I think that looks amazing.
Yeah, and this is also my cup of tea. If it's not animal non-fiction books, then it's stuff like this, and anything 80s related. Like, I don't think, obviously it's nothing quite like Ready Player One, which I absolutely love, but it's just going to be full of good fun little references, and I'm looking forward to what these guys get up to. And that is literally all I know. All I know is the blurb. I don't know anything else about it. I haven't read any reviews. But I think this is going to be
I'm looking forward to reading that as well.
You're going to be reading it as well.
But not next. The book that I'm going to be reading next is
By
Jem Lester. So we're reading this for my book club at work. What I've just noticed, actually, is the first time I've had a little flick through. Every chapter starts with a little picture of something there, and it looks like it's so excited. There's one there. It's mixed media, so there's some letters and things in here as well. I'm going to really enjoy it. So this tells the story of Ben Jewell, whose 10-year-old son has never spoken before. He is unable to speak. I don't know if they've given him I don't know if it's because he... Is
it unable to speak, or he chooses not to speak?
I don't know. I don't know, but and they've moved in with Ben's grandfather. So there's three generations and Ben and his father, who is Jonah's grandfather. They don't get on very well. So what they're saying is that there's three generations of men living in this house, and nobody's talking to each other, whether it be because they can't or whether it be because they don't want to. I just think it sounds really interesting. So my book club at work, one of the girls who has joined, read it in 2 sittings. She said it was really, really good and really easy to read, and very interesting in terms of relationships and things. So quite looking forward to reading that. It's got to be read by next Tuesday, actually. So I might pause in between some Daphne du Maurier stories and read this. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading next.
Lovely. Well, there we go, guys. So we hope you enjoyed episode 2, another French word, of Book Time. And then we shall see you all next week, when we'll be joined by a couple of guests.
A couple of
cheeky guests, which is going to be lovely. Right, bye everyone.
Bye.